Hi, my name is George Furey. I'm a PhD candidate working with Dr. David Tillman. I came from Canada to do my research in biodiversity 2 because it's the longest running grassland biodiversity experiment of its kind in the world. I was actually 6 when this started. I had used the research here in biodiversity 2 to design my master's thesis, so it was really a dream come true for me to be able to come here and do a PhD in that same experiment. Both plant biodiversity and soil fertility are in decline. The degradation of the grassland ecosystem was the cost that humanity paid to prevent famine. Through intensive agricultural practices, the soils of this site lost the organic matter that sort of underpinned their fertility. We know that the native grassland had a very high diversity of plants, and I wanted to know if this diversity of plants could be related to its soil fertility. Might restoring back some of the grassland biodiversity play a role in the regeneration of soil fertility? I was able to go back into the soils archive and take some samples measured in 1994 and compare those to samples measured in 2017. This is really an unprecedented time series to sort of ask these questions. Sort of as I understand it, this is sort of the quintessential goal of the long-term ecological research, was to be able to take these long-term patterns, things such as the accumulation of soil organic matter that might take decades to accumulate, and to be able to run experiments long enough to see a real pattern. So when I took these archived baseline soil samples from 1994 and compared those to 2017, we discovered this amazing pattern. Across almost every indicator that we measured of soil fertility, those plots that were seeded with a high diversity prairie had accumulated far more than the best species in monoculture. More organic matter, more alkaline pH, they store more carbon and nitrogen, they have more calcium, magnesium, potassium, all nutrients that plants need to grow. There was this amazing pattern that as much as we knew that the high diversity plots became more productive, they appear to also be making the soil more fertile. This is without fertilizer. The implications of this, if it's broadly generalizable across the Great Plains of the world, it means that by putting back the original diversity that was there, having grasses, legumes, and forbs, we might be able to bring back the lost fertility of the grasslands, which in a big picture scenario could mean we need to use less land for agricultural expansion, that we can restore the fertility of these graded lands to help put more food on the table for the people of the world.